Hello again. This is going to be a much shorter video. There were a few extra little details I couldn't quite fit in the timeline on the first one, especially because I added the very unnecessary tangent on a typeface that I like. Bebas is cool. Anyways, let's take a look at a few more details of how this works, because honestly, I've showed you how to do it, but understanding a little more of what's going on behind the scenes should help you and inform your designs and your process of thinking about this. Okay, so we made our content object. Let's go ahead and look at this one more time. So I want to talk about some of the important pieces. So we go in here and we look at the package now, or configure, because we made a template. We're going to configure the template. This is the part where we created and told it what to use. A couple pieces of note. We had to set up, before we put it in here, we had to build the template object in Photoshop so they had a file to go to. What the computer does when you tell it to do this stuff is it's going to go open up Photoshop, open up the document you told it to look for, and look for tags. And you could do multiples of variable content that you've tagged into that photo as text objects. Another important one is the output folder. I know we've talked about the Top Gun soundtrack before and Destination Unknown, but you really need an output folder. The output folder is where it's going to dump all of these pictures, which I should show you in just a moment here. How about right now? So now welcome back to my desktop. I'm in the wrong thing. How did I end up losing the one I thought I was in? There we go. The blimp image folder where I've been building this particular image, and the blimp variable folder where I told to drop. Pay no attention to the JPEGs because that was a previous test. The rest are called PNGs. It's called localhost underscore name, the name of the person, .png. So everything that gets named, every person that gets made, every name that it works on, every data record gets dropped over here in this folder as a unique, one-of-a-kind image with its name. This should hopefully make sense, because as we remember, like when we were doing our county image postcards, I'll make it look better while I'm talking about this. As we did those are my, the JPEG ones are my bad ones. As we go through these images here, remember that for the county image, the coding necessary for it to look for something was graphic equals and then a record number, or record name. So for that one, it was image equals county. Over here, it's basically, as far as the actual putting it into your design goes, this is simply only image equals first underscore name. But you've also had an extra piece of script create that image before you. But as far as the output is concerned, it's the same thing as the variable linking of images. It just also populates that folder with those images first. So it's making use of that same thing. I chose PNGs because PNGs support transparency. And these days, color management modules built into systems is generally good enough that you can get away with the fact that it does not support CMYK color or ICC profiles. So hopefully that's not going to be a huge issue, but it tends not to be for things like this. Thanks, computer. Yeah, whatever you do, don't follow my instructions. Over here in Photoshop, you'll notice if you look at the top tabs of what's up here, maybe I'll drag them separately, we have my original blimp.psd that says first underscore name with the greater than, less than brackets on the sides, and everything's in place here and my background traced out. But there's also a second document open, and this one is called way too many zeros, letter D.psd. And this one says Shanika. It's one of the names. And you can notice over here in its layers, it has layer 0 and layer Shanika for the name that was put in there. And it will save it as this as well automatically in the folder for you. So it's creating new documents, saving them as whatever file type you've chosen, and then closes them and forgets about them and makes the next one. Shanika is probably actually the last name on the list because it goes through the list as you scroll and does it live. Anyways, I'm getting to the end of what I really wanted to share with you about this was just those details I didn't have time to point out in the first video. This one's a little bit less coherent as my last video, and I apologize. But yeah, this is just like the bonus content on the end of your DVD, the making of. So here's the bits I wanted you to see about it. Hope this is helpful to understand. Again, always available for questions. Hit me up. glad to talk to you about all of this. Thank you for watching, and hope you guys are doing well.